almost picked off by the Eagles. Rich Kranick. They're saying safety, are they not?
I think so. I think he was in the grass, Pat, is what they're saying. That he was in the grass.
No.
No, he's saying second down. Oh, the referee didn't blow the whistle, so he wasn't in the grass. Again, throwing out of your end zone, if you get sacked there, you get in the grass there, or you have a penalty there in the end zone, that's 2 points. Let's watch it again here. You can see he is in the grass, but the referee didn't call it. Of course, had the Eagles intercepted, they wouldn't have wanted it.
No more chances. They give to Carpenter, and he was cut down at the line of scrimmage by Greg Brown. Gary Cobb was also there.
This is a big play for the Eagle defense and the Giant offense, because if they don't, the Giants don't get a first down here, the Eagles are assured of good field position. You know what I was talking about? The tough thing passing out of your end zone is not only getting sacked, but if you get caught for a penalty in the end zone, it's 2 points.
Reggie White back in action. Joe Morris and Rob Carpenter, the two running backs, and Sims is going to work again. The ball goes straight up in the air. It's picked off by Herman Edwards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Talk about a strange turn of events. Herman Edwards has haunted the Giants over the years. Boy, that's a name that Giant fans will never forget.
And they may hear a new name today, Reggie White, too.
That ties the score at 10-10. Look at this.
Watch 71 here, Reggie White, Pat. I think it was him. He's getting the push right up the middle, right here on Sims. You see, he starts in there. It was him in the bottom, and then there was someone on the top. Maybe it was Tom Struthers, but they really hit Phil Sims just as he threw the ball.
Here's Clark coming here. And White. Wellington Mara. Harry Humes in front of him, George Young on his right. I'm sure they can't believe what's going on.
I'll tell you, it goes back to that missed field goal. When the Giants missed that field goal, that made an entirely different game out of it. Kept the Eagles within one. Then that big punt down there put them down. There was another big play. And those little things like that just change the game. You got a different football game here.
Kickoff is handled by Tony Galbraith. Step back in the end zone. The Eagles are down, and the Giants are down at their own 15. Aaron Brown was the first man down. There's a Giant player still down.
Coverage by the Eagles. You know, Tony Galbraith had to bring that ball out, Pat. Had the ball been in the end zone, he can stay, but he caught it outside, went back in. Now he has to bring it out. So there was no decision there on that return.
Joe Morris, who was injured, he seems to be okay now, walking off a little slowly, but seems to be all right. The Giants will have it at their own 16. First and 10. Herman Edwards. Over the years, he has really haunted the Giants. This crowd at Veterans Stadium coming alive as the Eagles have pulled even. It's 10-10. 2:52 remaining. Adams is the running back. Sims gives to him. Adams is hammered after a gain of maybe 2. by Bernard Wilson and Mike Reichenbach.
This is something, you know, Herman Edwards, you talk about how tough he's been on the Giants over the years, 9 of those years, but remember him coming out of San Diego State, he was a free agent. He was one of those guys who's played a long time and wasn't even drafted.
Second down and 8. Tim's back to throw, has time. Ball is knocked away at the last second by Reggie Wilkes, intended for Mark Bavaro, the tight end.
Now they got Bavaro down that seam once before. This time the strong side linebacker, 51, Reggie Wilkes, stays with him, runs with him, and makes a pretty good play there. You know, they always say try and get a tight end or a back isolated on a linebacker. Well, they don't always win that.
Third down and 7 or 8. With plenty of time this time. Intended for Lionel Manuel, and it's not there.
I'll tell you, it was there, though. Lionel Manuel should have caught that ball. Looked like it went right through his hand. The Giants have had a few of those today. You know, you look back at all those things, Bobby Johnson dropping one in the end zone. You look back at the missed field goal. Those things always come back to haunt you.
Mandetta doesn't get all of this one. The ball bounces backwards and goes out of bounds. Finally, on the far side of the field, Larry Flowers watches it bounce away from him, and the Eagles will have it in Giant territory. You think that's only 24 yards. You remember the year when the Giants had the Eagles beaten at Giant Stadium and they fumbled and Herman Edwards picked up the ball and won for the Eagles. Pat Summerall, John Madden, we're back at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. The Eagles have tied the score on a bizarre play. Ron Jaworski is now the quarterback after Randall Cunningham injured his ankle. Sims was hit by Reggie White in his own end zone. The ball popped straight up, and the ever-present Herman Edwards picked it off and ran in for an Eagle touchdown. Quick is wide to the left. Jackson is wide to the right. Less than 2 minutes remaining. Jaworski, Jackson. He is hammered but holds on. Hit by Elvis Patterson.
See Kenny Jackson on that. He jumped up and said, "You didn't hurt me. Here, you want the ball?" But that has to hurt. I mean, that has to loosen some fillings in there when you get hit like that. But the first thing Jackson thought of was, well, you didn't hurt me. Here, take this one. Patterson's giving him that stare down look. Yeah, how was that hit, huh?
That was pretty good. They got 8 yards. They're almost in field goal range. Jackson hammers for a first down before Jim Burt can stop him. Now they are definitely in field goal range. Timeout, Philadelphia.
This is an interesting thing here now, because the two things the Eagles want to do is want to stay in field goal, you know, maybe go for a touchdown, but the second thing is not let the Giants get the ball back. In other words, run off enough time so that they don't have time to get the ball.
A minute and 3 seconds remaining. Giants 10, Philadelphia 10.
Drivers have come to us. They believe in liberty. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'm a safe driver, so I shopped around for car insurance. Liberty Mutual gave me the best protection and saved me money, too. I believe in liberty.
America believes in liberty. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
10-10 with with 1 minute and 3 seconds left to play. The Giants, if you look at the offensive standpoint, and Bill Parcells, I'm sure, is very dismayed by the developments here. But if you look at the yards and the first downs, the Giants should be ahead by 3 touchdowns.
Well, they missed too many opportunities.
Score is 10-10. And the Eagles are at the Giants 29. Jackson again. He hammers to the 25. Carl Banks on the stop.
I'm sure the Eagles now are going for the field goal. They're just going to let the clock run down. The Giants took that timeout. The Eagles want to let the clock run down so that they can take that field goal shot with no time.
58 seconds remaining on the clock. Paul McFadden has made one today from 41 yards out. He has scored, as we showed you before, the great percentage of the Eagle points. This is in rain.
I'll tell you, he looks confident there. You know, those goggles, he got poked in the eye last week against the Redskins, and so he's wearing protective goggles, a little different look for him.
Well, that'll help you be confident.
That's right. They can't poke him in the eye anymore.
This telecast is presented by the authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Philadelphia Eagles and the National Football League is prohibited.
See Bill Parcells there. That's always frustration when the score's tied, they have the ball in your own territory, and there's not much you can do about it except use all your timeouts.
Giants 10, Eagles 10. The Giants shut them out 21-0 3 weeks ago. Jaworski to Jackson. That'll make it 3rd down and about 5. Timeout, Giants again. They only have one left.
You know, one of the guys that are very big in this Eagle thing is Mike Horan, that punt that he got. I mean, that's the thing that set that whole deal up when Horan punted the ball down to the 2-yard line, really backed the Giants up. They were able to get the touchdown down there. But he's the guy that, you know, deserves a lot of the credit.
He had a rather disappointing day up until that kick. But that one in the clutch. The executive producer of the NFL on CBS is Terry O'Neill. A senior producer, Charles Milton III. Hope he's holding up. Produced by Bob Stinner this game. Directed so capably by Sandy Grossman. Associate producer Joan Vetrano. Joe Tier, longtime good friend, and all the rest of our technical staff. They make it easy for us, don't they?
They sure do. A lot easier than this guy has it. You know what happens? You know why you drink? It's not that you're thirsty. When you just get that cotton mouth.
Oh.
You get a little tight all over, including the throat.
I remember. Jackson right in the middle again. That's what they're going to do. Burt and Marshall. Spagnola in an exchange of words and shoves and hands with Lawrence Taylor. And here comes the Eagle field goal team.
You know, one thing here, Pat, that the Giants did was smart move is take those timeouts, because if they do make the field goal, or if they don't make the field goal, the Giants are still going to get the ball back.
4th down. Clock is stopped with 37 seconds remaining. From the 30 to the 39, McFadden is 3 out of 3. From the 40 to the 49, he's 2 out of 2, which means he hasn't missed this year inside the 50. If you look at the rest of the people who are responsible for making, as we said before, our job like a vacation. McFadden standing all back by himself. Barefooted, right-footed kicker like his predecessor here, Tony Franklin.